Good morning. It's Bruce here on October 1st, reading from the 24-hour day AA meditation. Today, the meditation goes like this. AA will lose some of its effectiveness if I do not do my share. Where am I failing? Are there some things I do not feel like doing? Am I held back by self-consciousness or fear? Self-consciousness is a form of pride. It is a fear that something bad may happen to you. What happens to you is not very important. The impression you make on others does not depend so much on the kind of a job you do as on your sincerity and honesty of purpose. Am I holding back because I am afraid of not making a good impression? Meditation for the day. Look to God for the true power that will make you effective. See no other wholly dependable supply of strength. That is the secret of a truly effective life. And you, in your turn, will be used to help many others find effectiveness. Whatever spiritual help you need, whatever spiritual help you desire for others, look to God. Seek that God's will be done in your life, and seek that your will conforms to His. Failures come from depending too much on your own strength. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may feel that nothing good is too much for me. If I look to God for help, I pray that I may be effective through His guidance. So, some of the words, pretty strong words in here. The idea of, AA will lose its effectiveness or fail as long as, if I don't do my part. And it says, where am I failing? What don't I feel like doing? And for me, it's stuff like, I might not feel like going to a meeting, or I might not feel like listening to someone at a meeting, especially, there's some people, you good people, sometimes you don't like them. You don't like what they're saying or whatever. And it's hard for me to listen. So I guess for me, I can just get to more meetings, and I can work on listening, and I can do that today, as well as giving input and sharing, and reaching out to the newcomer, helping out wherever I can. So basically, my notes today are really very close to the actual reading. I found I couldn't really paraphrase a lot of that. So I just wrote down, FA will lose some of its effectiveness if I do not do my share. Where am I failing? Are there some things I do not feel like doing? And then I just wrote, sometimes it's hard to listen to people that I don't like. Am I held back by self-consciousness or fear? Self-consciousness is a form of pride, so it's a fear that something bad may happen to me. What happens to me is not very important. The impression I make on others does not depend so much on the kind of a job I do as on my sincerity and honesty of purpose. Am I holding back because I'm afraid of not making a good impression? And yeah, I guess, sometimes I do that when I go to share. I want to sound like I'm organized, and I'm trying to get a coherent message across, which is all good. But I think sincerity and honesty of purpose, like this reading says, is really important, because a lot of the times I've thought I've had what I thought was a great share, and nobody says anything about it. And other times I've just had a brain dump, or just sort of spoke off the cuff, and people have come to me and said, oh, well, I really identified with what you were saying there. So it's kind of weird that way. But yeah, I guess the idea for me, what I can take away from this, is not hold back, not be afraid of making a good impression, not be worried about the impression that I'm making. So anyway, the meditation I look to God only for the true power that will make me effective. Or that should really say, I look to God only for the true power that will make me effective. So any power of effectiveness that I'm going to get in life, I look to God only for that. Nobody else. Not myself, not my, my wife or my boss, or, whatever. I look to God, right? I see no other wholly dependable supply of strength. This is the secret of my truly effective life, right? I'm dependent on God. I will be used in turn to help many others find effectiveness. I look to God for whatever spiritual help I need and whatever spiritual help that I desire for others. Just keep looking to God, right? Look to God. God's inside me. It's that part of me, that higher powered part of me that helps me in my recovery. I look to God for whatever spiritual help I need and whatever spiritual help that I desire for others. I seek that God's will be done in my life and that my will conforms to His will. Okay, that's really important, right? I have a sincere desire to do God's will. I don't always know I don't always know what that is. A lot of the times I know what it isn't. A lot of the times I use the guidelines of loving tolerance and kindness. Those are things that, I could be, if I'm being loving, kind, and tolerant, I can be pretty sure that I'm doing God's will. And any failures that come in my life come from depending too much on my own strength. That's an important one. And today I pray that I may be effective through God's guidance, and that I will feel that nothing good is too much for me as long as I look to God for help. Thanks, and have a great day.